That's my goal.
Come on, H, you got more aspirations than that, surely.
Okay.
I have, I'm going to be you, sir.
No, but...
I'm pole dancing.
He's educating me, because in America, pole dancing means strip club. So
Yes.
Oh, no, not strip club.
Okay. Okay.
You're going to invent a new type of pole dancing with all your clothes on.
Yeah, no, I got a little outfit for the art thing. I dance on the pole.
Thank you. I want to bring it back, because I don't have a lot of time. Well, I have as much time as y'all let me have, but I want to bring it to some solutions, because we said self-esteem, self-worth, dealing with emotional issues like depression, and not feeling stuck, which is his point. I'm going to say this for myself. You know, last couple of years, I went through a lot of stuff. You asked me, you know, how am I the person standing up here now? I believe if a speaker comes to y'all and he or she doesn't tell the truth, they shouldn't be in front of y'all. You know what I mean? Even in the last couple of years, I've had all kinds of ups and downs. But I say, you know what? What I say to myself now, Kev, you can't be stuck for too long. This is not a good look, you know? What do you need to do? If I'm feeling sad, on my iTunes, on my phone, there's a folder called Happy Music. It's music that makes me feel good. You feel what I'm saying? It could be Bob Marley, it could be the Beatles, it could be pop, it could be whatever. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I gotta... Heather's special, I like it. But you feel what I'm saying? Is that your phone ringing or you just...
Sounds my phone ringing.
So what do y'all do not to get out of being stuck? What do you do? What do you do?
Give yourself a kick up the ass.
How?
Tell yourself, listen, you ain't stuck, you can do it.
You can do it. So you give yourself a pep talk, basically.
Oh, yeah.
What
With
else?
me, I just like, I don't know. I know I can do it, it's just practicing,
Doing it over and over again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do anything you set your mind
You said do anything you set your mind to. So a lot of it is mental.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Do something you enjoy then.
Yeah.
Do something you enjoy.
It's going to possibly have a benefit to other people.
Okay.
Do something new. Do something you've never done before.
Do something new you've never done before. I agree with that.
I usually go play football because I love the game too much. When I get like stuff, I just try to forget things, so I just go play one football game, come back home, or I watch football.
Okay.
Just keep it going.
I watch sports. I love sports. Anyone else? Like my three MCs. Do you love what you do? You love music. Is that one of your passions?
Yeah, well, when outside I'm a fact that they're spitting their X's like, it's like, oh my god, here we go, come on, boy!
So you love dance?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love dancing, music.
So that means if you find something that you're passionate about, music or dance, then you should figure out how you're going to make a living at it, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to Chaz and Dan, you love helping people.
We try.
But you wouldn't be here if you didn't care about young people, am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're passionate about it, right?
Yeah.
So what are you passionate about? Who's passionate about something? Yes.
About writing rhymes now. Music. Yeah.
Music, writing rhymes?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you doing it?
Yeah, nothing like trying music. I've notepads, a scrapbook, something, just write whatever's on my mind.
Okay.
Passionate about helping people.
I'm passionate
I'm
about helping
24 and I don't want to see people on the streets down, out, bones, basically, and they're all young and that. They need to go the right road.
I agree.
To go down that street.
I'm passionate about writing and about helping people. Like this past Friday in New York, we did my 13th annual clothing drive for homeless people in New York City. Any chance I get, I'm trying, whatever I can do to help people, I'm going to do. I was serious. If y'all email me or tweet me and you need something, it doesn't matter if I'm in New York and you're on Wells. Does it matter?
No.
The world is small now. You can say, you know what, Kev? There's some things I want to talk to you about, but I didn't feel comfortable in this setting. Just email me. You feel me? I love helping people. This is my life. Nelson, one of my heroes. This is my life.
I love cards.
What'd you say?
I love cards.
Bam.
I will leave you alone now.
I'm going to bring some more back. I realize.
Gonna need some more cards.
Better yet, Kevin at kevinpowell.net. Just write it down or put it in your phones. Kevin at kevinpowell.net. But I want to get back to. Can y'all say action steps?
Action steps.
Can y'all say solutions?
Solutions.
And then my favorite word is forward. So we don't. What's your name, brother? Talal. We don't want to ever be stuck for too long. So how do I move forward? We're talking about self-esteem. What are some tools to build your self-esteem up? You said pep talk. Someone.
Enjoying yourself, innit, basically. Making yourself happy before you do it. So you know you can do it like, innit?
Wow. Can I ask you a question then? Making yourself happy. How's important the people that are around you? If they're not happy, you gonna be happy?
No.
No. That's why you can't be in a happy crew, innit? They're down sad, that's why
I've got to bring the fibre.
Yeah, you gotta don't put it on, kill it, boys are happy, yeah. Do you know what I mean?
I want to hear from some.
It's on my life at least.
I want to hear from some people who haven't talked here for a second. What do you want to do with your life? Anybody? Just
What do you want to do with your life?
Music. 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 What kind of music? Well, let me Can I
Hey, chill.
make a suggestion? Even if you, let's bring back Tupac Shakur. When he got out of jail, he signed a handwritten contract with Suge Knight, Death Row Records. Think about that for a second. Handwritten, not even typed up. And after he died, his mother had to fight legally to get the rights back to his music over several years. And so all of you all want to be artists. I'm an artist. I also own my own company. I work for myself. Since I got fired from Vibe, 17 years I've been working for myself. But you want to have ownership. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with wanting to make music, but like, look at Jay-Z. Doesn't he own himself? Even whether you like his music or not, he owns what he does. You want to own your creativity. You feel me? You know, you might say, you know what? Like, I got a lot of friends in New York who dance. They got the dance.
You done that for yourself, like, you know, make yourself proud. You
Yeah.
done that for yourself.
Exactly. And you control your own destiny. That's real freedom. Yes, sir.
I've got a question.
Yes, sir.
I've just started my own business as well.
Okay. Any tips?
What business?
Any tips for starting your own business?
It's like, I started like a recording studio for young people.
Good.
It's called Breakthrough Wales, because I'm a youth worker.
Okay.
So, but it's my first week, so it's only fixing it.
Yeah. Number one, be confident.
Be confident.
I think you should be on TV.
Do that.
Do it.
I lived it.
I think, say your name for me, brother. Jamie. I think number one, learn as much as you can about business. Do you read business magazines or newspapers?
I'm on a business course.
Okay. And I would recommend reading as many, two magazines that I love around business out of the States. One is called Fast Company, and the other one's called Inc. INC. And I tell y'all who are trying to be artists in some kind of way, you should study those magazines because they have a lot of tips from all different kind of angles. And what I love, the articles are mad short, so it's not like these long, but they break down, here's how you can be a successful businessman. But what I love about these magazines too, they have a lot of articles about people who fell down, who failed at something, who's lost at something, but they bounced back. You know, number two, if you're going to be a business person, you got to be very, very cheap with your money. You know what I mean? You can't just throw money away. You can't waste money. Let's bring it to hip-hop for a second. I can't tell you, I mean, think about it. Can y'all really name, out of all the major rappers in America, 10 multimillionaires who really are millionaires? Think about it. Jay-Z and Kanye, I just gave you 2. Think about it.
Nas?
No, Mariah Carey's not a rapper.
Nas?
No.
Nas, maybe.
Rick Ross?
Macklemore, probably. Did you want to say Lil Wayne? You said Rick Ross?
Yeah.
But what's Rick Ross doing with his money?
Timberland.
What's Rick Ross doing with his money?
Smoking it up, those probably.
And drinking it up. You know how much those bottles cost? Did you see in those videos? It's ridiculous.
£800 a bottle of champagne and all that.
And hundreds of dollars, probably not thousands of dollars. Now, let's bring it back to Jamie. Can you really be a successful business person if you buying bottles for all your homies?
No.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm not judging anybody. If you want to smoke weed, you want to drink, that's your business. But do you really think 5 years from now you're going to be around and have a successful business?
Yeah, charge him a $5. You want to use my studio, I want a $5. $5 for a couple of hours. You do that, save that, happy days in 5 years. I'm in a million.
Ha. I'm not saying do what you do, but you got to think about the long term. To Heather's point, what are your goals? Where do you want to see your company go 5 years from now? What's my advice?
You want to be a producer.
So, but to your point, you should have a 1-year game plan for your business, a 3-year game plan for your business, a 5-year game plan, a 10-year plan. That's what I'm talking about. You have and write it down. You know what I mean? And then you start networking. Like you're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Are you on LinkedIn as well? I would network with everyone I can all around the world. What's stopping you? You know, when we were coming up, man, we didn't have any of this stuff. We would have to call people. You know, and so I would talk to as many people as possible who are doing what I do, what you do, and say, how can I get involved? Yes, Dan?
But we need to be motivated. I think social networking and everything, it strips us of our motivation. It almost sort of brings it to us. When you were growing up, you had to hustle.
Yeah.
You had mixtapes going out
That's
here
right.
and there.
It can have a negative effect as well. It can make people lazy as well, unfortunately. Unfortunately.
But the key thing that bonds those two generations together is you have to be motivated.
Jamie?
Opportunity, it hasn't got a voice, it does not, it can't talk, you have to make your own sort of love, to a certain extent.
I'll give you an example in terms of motivation and getting out there and hustle. Like, nothing to me replaces this iPhone as me being here right now with y'all. I could have Skyped this in from America. I could have said, you know what, I'm not going to come here, I'll just Skype to y'all. I've done that, you know what I mean? But to me, if you're going to be out there, no matter what you decide to do, you got to have people skills. You got to be able to interact with people. You know, Chaz, when you were emailing me back and forth, like, Chaz is a people person. I like the way he's talking. I want to connect with this brother when I get to Will. I can't wait to connect and see what this is. You feel what I'm saying? So, but what makes a successful business person? Your ability to talk with and listen to a whole range of people. What makes a successful leader? Mandela, when he went into prison, he was very angry about and bitter. But when he got out of prison, he was like, you know, we got to love people. We got to bring people together. You feel me? Because he also, he grew. He evolves. You don't grow if you don't constantly interact with different types of people. You know what I mean? That's important. So, anyone else? Questions? Thoughts?
I'm feeling the left.
I'm feeling love. But I want to come back to those action steps and solutions. Like, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling like you're trapped, if you feel like, you know what, I don't know where my life is going right now, I need 3 answers. Like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Anyone? Yes, sir.
Look at the bigger picture. You've got to analyse why you're depressed, and then the causes of that maybe is the peer group around or certain things you're doing that realise what was routine is now maybe more of a habit, or maybe it's a negative habit. So you've got to look at the bigger picture and realise why I'm in this state,
Nice.
how I can escape that
Nice.
state.
Can you say that nice and loud? In fact, you cool.
Go on. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What I said is you got to analyze the situation you're in. So you got to look at the bigger picture. So if you're depressed, you realize what are the causes of that depression. Like, is it the people you're around? Maybe it's things you're doing, whether it's a drug addiction or alcohol addiction. And then you got to say to yourself, okay, you know, how old am I now? You know, how many years have I wasted? Maybe I started doing it when I was 14. And now I'm 19 and I realize, well, I'm still where I was 14. I've left school. I'm no longer in school anymore. And now you gotta flip that around. You gotta find out how I'm gonna escape that. Maybe I gotta, you know, change my friends. Because at the end of the day, if they put you in that situation, they're really your friends. As soon as you ain't got money, they ain't gonna call you. As soon as you ain't got weed, then I think they, you know, they're not gonna bother with you.
True, true. Word that.
So you gotta find the real people
High
that can
five to
stick
that,
with you.
brother. Wow.
It's loud, right? As he was speaking,
I like it that.
one of the things I was thinking about, what did I say I was abusing back in the day? Alcohol. And it was because I was depressed. And so I would drink, sometimes I would drink alcohol in the morning, I would drink alcohol to go to sleep sometimes. How many of y'all know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? It's real like that. It's real like that. But I realized it was the people, it was how I felt about myself, it was the company that I was keeping, because no one was actually saying, hey, Kev, you need to move away from this stuff. You know what I mean? And I was kind of stuck. I didn't really have any clear vision for myself. So we got to have a vision for ourselves. And so I want to encourage y'all, even no matter which situation you're in, you got to put yourself, have something around you that actually makes you happy and feel good about yourself. You know what I mean? I don't know y'all, but I said, you know what, everywhere I go in the world, when I talk to young people and listen to young people, because we got to do both, you know, to people, period, no matter what their age range, everyone's a genius. Why aren't you? Right? Aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So, action steps. Any other action steps so you can go forward. How many of y'all actually have a game plan? You know, Jamie said he has a 3-year plan. What's your plan? Come on up here. Please, please. Okay.
I sit in the crowd with me now.
Okay. You shy?
I'm not, yeah, I am. No.
So where are you going to see yourself 3? In fact, everyone, you don't have to answer the question now.
By the age of 30, I want to...
How old are you now?
I'm 23.
Okay.
By the age of 30, I want to have I don't care really, basically. I just want to travel the world, get a camper van, and be like a gypsy.
Okay.
They don't have to make their money, do they?
But that's going to make you happy.
Yeah.
You got to do things to make you happy.
Yeah.
For all of y'all, where do you see yourself 1 year from now? Y'all gonna remember this? 3 years from now? 5 years from now? 10 years from now? Where do I see myself 25 years from now? And then, how do I want my life to be remembered? You feel what I'm saying? 1 year from now? 3 years from now? 5 years from now? 10 years from now? 25 years from now, which just means you gotta dig real deep. Like, what do I want my life to look like? And then, how do I want to remember? Like, what were you on this planet for? Were you just taking up space? You know what I mean? Or did you say at some point, you know what? I'm going to create a center like this to help young people from our community, especially young people who might not have had opportunities like I didn't have opportunities. You feel what I'm saying? That's what we got to do, you know? But if you don't have a big plan, if you don't have goals, if you don't have self-esteem, self-worth, if you don't love yourself, if you don't take pride in who you are, if you're Welsh, if you're Middle Eastern, if you're Irish, whoever you are, guess what? You end up being stuck and just doing enough to get by day to day. You know what I'm saying? Look at how many people are celebrating this man all over the world. And, you know, there wasn't like Nelson Mandela was the only one who was doing that work. There was a whole bunch of other people. But for some reason, you know, his life became a life that people were like, wow.
He stood up for his rights, isn't it?
Yeah.
Basically, he wouldn't burn his goals down. So,
Yeah.
because he stuck to his goals, obviously, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well done to the man, I say. Well done to the man.
What Heather's doing and some of you all are doing is also important. You got to use your voice. You got to speak.
You know,
You got to be, exactly. And know that your voice matters. You know what I mean? Anything that's ever happened in this world, who's made it happen more than not? Do y'all know? Do y'all know? Who's changed the world more than any other group of people? The youth, young people. Everywhere in the world, every generation is young people. Young people change the world. Not older, some older people, but most of the young people.
The youth, and then
We're the future generation, aren't we?
yeah.
I want to take on that.
Basically, because I've realised, right, the youth now, like, with the thank you and please and apologise and things like that, it's gone down the road. But back in the 60s, man, when everyone was getting blocked up and everyone loved each other, they really liked it, you know what I mean? Then, well, because it's illegal to smoke cannabis, the youth these days, they get arrested because what? They want to chill out and just have a couple when they make like, you know what I mean? What's wrong with that?
The thing is, though, H, sometimes, yeah, but sometimes,
You might come to shop if the doctor says you mustn't be wrong with you.
Right.
Heather, sometimes, though, all they do all day is smoke weed, and all the things that Kevin's talking about never happen because of all the weed they're smoking, and it becomes a negative thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
You can't smoke weed all day, every day.
Moderation.
Yeah, in moderation. I can wake up to a spliff and, like, I'm not being funny, I can smoke weed all day long, right? And I can be hype.
Y'all getting this on video, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Point the camera over
Busted.
there. But, you know what? As I said earlier, I don't judge. If you drink, if you smoke, that's your business. But what I will say, because I've traveled a lot around this world, we need people, some of us have got to be sober, at least some of the time. You know what I mean? When I was drinking up a storm, not only was I drinking that day, when you drink that much, it affects you for 2, 3, 4, 5 days after that. You just hung over. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I get high off of now? I get high off of life. I get high off of people. I get high off of my art as a writer. I get high off of helping people. My life as an activist.
Yeah, it's still nice to go home and have a spliff. It's still not.
Yeah.
Or a spot of tea, as you say in this part of the world.
Have a little sleep, H.
Let's hear it for a spot of tea. We'll graduate from the spliff to the spot of tea. How about that? But
There's lots of caffeine in tea.
if you get herbal tea, you like tea and spliffs don't go together? I can't believe we're having this conversation. But,
Dan, do you want to say something?
hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, Chaz raised a good point, though. Brother Chaz raised a great point. If that's all you're doing, it's not just about smoking a joint, the physical spliff. If that's what you do, that's your business. Bob Marley smoked mad spliffs. He also created music that transformed the world because he worked very hard. Unfortunately, we have a lot of folks who are getting caught up in distractions and they don't work hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
You have to be productive.
Yeah.
You have to be productive. And then once you've been productive or once you've created, then no man Well, no person can judge your lifestyle
That's
choices.
right. That's
but
right.
be productive.
That's
Don't
it.
let other things, or your light, or ganja, or anything, strip you of that productivity.
Get your priorities right.
That's it. And to their points, who is around you? The people around me now, everyone around me works very, very hard. If you got folks around you who are, in America, you hear a lot of people say, well, I'm trying to do something. I'm hoping to do something. And I would say, you know what? Don't say you're trying to do it. Jamie just said, I have a business. I did it. Right?
You don't try.
You do it.
Yeah, there's no such word as can't. There's no such word as can't.
Right.
There
But can't shouldn't even be a part of your vocabulary. You should never say, I can't do this, or I'm hoping. And even like, you know, like my friends who are rappers here, the three brothers who were rapping earlier, I'm going to assume that y'all know you can do this. You know what I mean? The other folks who said they want to be music folks, you know you can do this. You know what I mean? You have a space here that's giving you the opportunity to produce your art. And don't wait for someone else to put you on. Do it yourself.
Get off your ass and fucking move.
Yeah, what she said.
Any other thoughts or questions?